I just had to take a walk. It's a little bit, it's raining a little bit out here, but I just wanted to make another video, just talking to y'all about, mental health is like has been the biggest thing going on in the last like year or 2 years. And I feel like, there's still not enough conversation about it. Like mental health doesn't that conversation doesn't need to be had when, somebody that is famous commits suicide or anything like that, somebody goes quote unquote crazy. I feel like it needs to be had, all the time, because there's so many different forms of mental instability, right? So, I feel like we all battle mental instability on a day-to-day basis with insecurities, with, expectations, with, financial gains, our financial goals, physical goals, etc. Like we all battle mental instability on a day-to-day basis. And yet, we haven't found the right avenue to converse about these things. We haven't found the right way to, articulate our feelings on these things, because society tells us that, listen, it's either you cower or you power through it. Now, so many people think that, the way life works is so black and white, but it is so gray, because black is really black and white is really white. So everybody's different. We're all unique. We all have different triggers. And I feel like, all in all, like we just have to figure out ways to deal with these triggers, to deal with these insecurities, to deal with these different forms of mental instability. Like, and it all comes down to us acknowledging and accepting, a point of weakness, a point of, listen, I don't feel right. I don't feel like myself. Okay, if I don't feel right and I don't feel like myself, what needs to be done in order to feel right, in order to feel like myself? My mentor, he calls it recalibration. So, I'll stand there, take a nap in the middle of the day or something like that, or listen to a beautiful song that I love, just to recalibrate myself, just to, it's the restart button, right? The restart button. You press that restart button on your mind, on your body, on your soul, to then see, if that helps. Now, if the mental calibration doesn't help, then you have to look around your environment and figure out what is triggering you in your environment. And once you figure that out, then you have to decide, okay, do I want to, erase this trigger from my life, or do I want to keep this around and try to figure out how to not let this trigger me? That's another conversation you need to have. All in all, we all have these triggers. We all battle mental instability on a day-to-day basis. And it comes down to us to use the resources around us in order to be able to, fight through these things and overcome these things. It doesn't have to end in suicide. It doesn't have to end in self-destruction. It can end on a happy note. You can find the answers that you're looking for. The answers are all around us. The answers are all around us. And, I battle that every day. I go to work. You may see me on IG, Facebook, Snapchat, messing around. But I battle mental instability. I battle mental anxiety every fucking day. Over the last 3 years, especially 2016, 2017, and 2018, have really fucking kicked my ass. But you know what? It's not happening against me. It's happening for me. It's happening in my favor. 22, 23, 24 years old. And I'm learning all of these lessons that I think most people don't learn until they're 40. So it's kind of like, I'll take it now. I know it's not for no reason. I know that the way I feel every day when I wake up and how much I have to overcome is not for no reason. And I feel like, if you're able to understand that, if you're able to find meaning in your suffering, meaning in your struggle, then, that's what life is all about, finding the meaning. And then once you find the meaning, actually acting on it. It's one thing to find a pot of gold. It's one thing to pick that shit up and take it with you. but it's heavy. It's a pot of gold. Do you have enough strength to pick it up and take it with you? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And if you don't, then what you need to do is you need to figure out how. You need to figure out how many exercises do you need to do around that pot of gold, or until you get up to that pot of gold, so that you can prepare to take it. That's the way I feel. You know, I could definitely go deeper into this conversation and give y'all personal insights on me. And at a later point, I will. But all in all, man, I wake up every fucking day feeling like it's me against the world. Feeling like, you know, I am my own army. And I know that there's a lot of people out there waking up every day that feels like they're a one-man army. That it's them against the world. That literally, if they don't do it, it won't get done. If they don't help themselves, they won't be helped. And that's the way I feel. That's the way a lot of people feel. That's where that mental instability could come from. Nobody wants to be in a one-man club. But there's a lot of one-man clubs, right? And one-woman clubs. Let's keep it definitely fair and equal. And one-woman clubs. But, you know, if we all get together, if we all band together, if we all understand that, you know, we could dream fearlessly, being a one-man club. If we can feel powerful, being a one-man club. If we can master our own realities, being a one-man club. Then imagine if we band together. You feel me? All the one-man clubs banding together. I mean, it's limitless. You are literally limitless at that point. And that's the end of my rant. I had to get out of my apartment. Felt really like clogged and really, you know, claustrophobic, and felt a whole bunch of anxiety building up. And I just had to get out, go for a run, which is going to start as soon as this video ends, even if it's raining, just to recalibrate my mind, just to think about my life and think about solutions to my problems. A lot of times we want to just sleep our problems away. We want to drink our problems away. We want to just not think our problems away. And none of those things help us. So acknowledging it, fighting for it, fighting to overcome it is the way to go. Even in the fucking rain. Y'all have a great day.